Peace world, it is your girl, the real Tony Hickman. And if you take a good look at me, I have lost a lot of weight. Not too much because I've been skinny for a minute, but with the fasting, I lost even more. And I'm still slowly eating and drinking more water. I don't crave water, but I'm making myself drink it. But yeah, I find that I don't want to eat. And if I do eat, it's gonna be something that is like one piece of fruit or one, like I had a couple of them yesterday, but I had these wraps I made, raw vegan, and they were good. Not filling, and I understand now that that is the mode of thinking that my body wanted me to get out of. And again, I've been a liquidarian, I've been raw vegan, I've done this whole journey, but my body is like, Tony, I need you to get back to that. And I must confess, when I was in that journey, I felt my best. I felt my best, and I could see it in my skin and everything. So we eat food because it's our cigarette. We eat food because our nerves are bad, and we eat food because we just want to taste. We see the commercials and we see somebody else maybe eating it, or we've tasted before and we want to make a variation of it. And that's what happens even with the vegan meats. It's because we want to make a variation, but we have to watch how much we want to eat these variations, because especially the processed vegan foods, because it's not that great either. It's better than some of the other things you could eat, but it has its challenges. And you know, just like even sugar, this subject came up recently, and what we tend to do with sugar is look for how we can get it by any means necessary, with it being less damaging. So we'll look for the sweeteners that are not sugar, and some of those sweeteners are actually more harmful than sugar. And so it's just really monitoring like our need for that concept of sugar, our need for it in whatever form it may come in. And I'm telling you, like, it's been a long time since I got sick. Like my family knows this about me. I don't get sick. I don't get sick. But it was a combination of things. It was a combination of not only eating out of my design and out of my my plan, I guess. It was also lack of sleep. Lack of sleep, running like I'm crazy, and going to bed late, getting up early. All of that has to change for me to become me. For me to become who I'm supposed to be, it all has to change. And I acknowledge it now because I've had so much time to think. And I've been relaxing pretty much most of this weekend. But I acknowledge everything is not just diet, right? You can have a perfect diet and you still have internal issues because we are not in sync. We are not in balance with nature. We're not in balance with our sleep. And most people in this world that work 9 to 5s, not in balance. Not in balance, because the time that we are in these buildings is the time that the sun is out. But if we look at how the birds sleep and operate, or even the animal kingdom, period, most go to bed at night. They go to bed at darkness. When it's dark, that's when the clock starts ticking. And so I have to work on getting on that, but I have at least managed to stick to consuming or consumption within the sunlight hours. So, but I just wanted to share that with you. There's so many lessons if we tune into self that we can hear. And if we take the time to listen and tune into self, we will be so amazed at the messages that come from spirit. So, yeah, I just wanted to share, y'all. But I am getting better. I love my look. I love my look at every stage. But I do love my look even as slim. I put myself on the scale. That's why I said I lost weight. But it's just what it is. You know, I remember when I did the raw vegan and liquids for a long time, my mom was like, oh, baby, you need to gain some weight. You need to gain some weight. But I don't concern myself with that. A lot of people may call me skinny. So, I'm skinny then. But I'm not eating for my taste buds. I'm not eating to satisfy cravings. I'm eating to satisfy nourishment. I'm consuming to satisfy nourishment. And that is beyond just, what I put in my mouth. It's how do I get nourishment from other people? How am I getting nourishment from my own thoughts? Am I self-criticizing? Am I being praised, or am I being ignored? See, I acknowledge all of that. And people never imagine that when I'm in relationships, I also analyze. I can't even help it, right? When I'm in relationships, I analyze those relationships. And it's just how I was built. But I cherish those relationships. But I do analyze all my relationships. And so it helps me see people for who they are. Now, I'm a person that sees people for who they are. And I'm grateful for that, because it allows me to see if this is a person's energy that I want to have in my life. And even when I've dated, that's how I tell. It's never been because, you know, a person was handsome, or because somebody linked me with somebody. I can meet somebody and instantly know, our energy is gonna clash. So, anyway, I love y'all. Okay. Peace.